When it comes to investing in commercial real estate, there are many ways to finance your deals. While traditional bank loans and cash purchases are common options, there are also many creative financing strategies that can help you acquire properties and build your portfolio. In this article, we'll explore 14 different ways to use creative financing in commercial real estate. One of the most common creative financing strategies in commercial real estate is seller financing. With this approach, the seller of the property acts as the lender, providing financing to the new buyer. This can be an attractive option for both parties, as it can allow the buyer to acquire the property with less money down and provide the seller with a steady income stream. A lease option is another creative financing strategy that can benefit both buyers and sellers. With this approach, the buyer leases the property from the seller with the option to purchase it at a later date. This can allow the buyer to control the property without committing to a full purchase, while providing the seller with a tenant and a potential future buyer. Hard money loans are short-term loans that are typically used by real estate investors who need to finance a property quickly. These loans are often provided by private lenders and can be secured by the property itself. While hard money loans can be more expensive than traditional financing options, they can be a useful tool for investors who need to move quickly who have less than perfect credit. Mezzanine financing is a type of debt that is subordinate to first position debt, such as a mortgage. This approach can allow buyers to acquire properties with less money down, as the mezzanine lender takes on more risk. Mezzanine financing can also provide investors with higher returns, as the lender typically charges a higher interest rate. Just for a more risky position, they get a higher cost of capital. A joint venture is a partnership between two or more parties who agree to work together on a real estate project. This can be an attractive option for investors who want to share the risk as well as the reward of the project, as well as those who want to take advantage of the expertise and resources of other investors. Crowdfunding is a relatively new approach to financing real estate projects. With this approach, investors pool their money together to invest in a project. This can be an attractive option for those who want to invest in real estate, but don't have the capital or expertise to do it on their own. Equity financing is a type of financing in which investors provide capital in exchange for an ownership stake in the property. This can be an attractive option for both investors as well as the equity financing people, who basically, because they're going to share in the potential profits of a project, as well as those who want to diversify their portfolio. A sale leaseback is a transaction in which the owner of a property sells it to a buyer and then leases it back from the buyer. This can be an attractive option for companies that own real estate and want to free up capital for other business expenses. Bridge loans are another way. They're short-term loans that are typically used to finance the purchase of a property while waiting for longer-term financing to be secured. This can be an attractive option for investors who need to move quickly on a property but don't have the cash on hand to do so. It's also a good way to reposition the property if you're waiting on stabilization of the income to get into a permanent type CMBS loan. A credit line is a revolving line of credit that can be used to finance real estate projects. This can be an attractive option for investors who want to have access to capital on an ongoing basis. One of the questions you should ask if it's a dedicated line of credit, and there are some specifications that come along with that if you ever do go that route. Partner buyouts are transactions in which one partner buys out the other partner's ownership stake in a property. This can be an attractive option for investors who want to take full control of a property or for partners who want to exit a project. Private placements are offerings of securities that are sold to a small number of investors. This can be an attractive option for investors who want to have more control over their investments and who want to invest in specific projects, as opposed to investing in a REIT where you wouldn't have the control or be the decision maker. Preferred equity is a type of equity financing in which investors provide capital in exchange for a preferred return on their investment. This can be an attractive option for investors who want to receive a steady income stream from their investments. That's all for today, folks. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My number is 281-222-0433. I'm an experienced commercial broker, and if you're in need of one, I'm glad to help. Hope you have a good day.